Jenny McCarthy Show.
Joining me, I love these kind of boss bitches. These girls that know how to not only make a difference, but, find something that's missing and not only create it, but empowers people. Bella French, welcome to my show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jenny. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. Hashtag We Are Many. It's on Vimeo.com. Explain to me, though, first, what separates a cam girl from other porn stars? Let's start there.
All right, absolutely. So cam girls usually work from home and they do their own thing in their own environment, and they control pretty much everything. They do some videos, but they're usually amateur videos. Cam girls are becoming really, really good at making videos, and there's some of them that are doing really professional shoot that you could almost compare with professional porn star shoots. But porn stars, they usually go on set and they have the star treatment where they do shoots all day and they end up having a high quality professional adult content video.
And how did you get started in the cam girl world?
Right. So my entrance to the adult entertainment industry was very special. I was an entrepreneur. I studied fashion design. I had my own clothing store in Montreal. I opened my first store when I was 21, and I was working like 80, 100 hours every week. It was pretty intense stuff. And after four years of that, I realized I wanted to do more, so I went to business school. After graduating business school, I told myself, all right, this time I'm going to open this crazy, amazing store. I'm going to put all the money I have and all the money I don't have within this business, and this is what I did. And after 8 months, I came into the store and there was a flood. There was water everywhere, and I pretty much lost everything. So I had invested $250,000 in this business venture, and I was insured up to $50,000. So it was pretty much of a disaster, and I didn't know what I was going to do or how I would pay back this huge amount of money. And I had a phone call with, at the time, my best friend Said, who is now the CEO of ManyVids and my best friend. And he told me, I know a guy that his girlfriend makes a ton of money and she's a cam girl. And I was like, what is that? What's a cam girl? And he told me, go check on this side and that side and you'll have a pretty good idea. And that's pretty much what I did. And I was really, really shocked. I was like, are you fucking crazy? You want me to do something like that? That's not me. And pretty much 2 weeks after reflecting and thinking about it, I created my profile and I became a cam girl. And it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. I had the best time. I was being told how beautiful I was all the time. It was a very positive environment.
And do you see the guys live or their words that come up on?
You don't usually see them live. You just see text on a feed. You could sometimes, there's something called private shows where a fan is going to take you private and then you could open the camera and see him, but that's very rare.
That's very rare.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes, it makes you feel way more in control, I would feel.
Oh, you're 100% in control.
You have no boss, correct?
No. You have no boss. You're an independent entrepreneur. And that's pretty much the message that we want to show to the world, that cam girls are successful independent entrepreneurs, and they're very smart and business savvy. They're not stupid idiots out there just doing adult content. And that's pretty much the mission of ManyVids.
Sounding kind of brilliant to me. But what was broken in the system that made you want to change it?
Well, I just felt that the way, the tools that the model had to be able to send their content to the world was really, really not well done. Basically, when I was a cam girl, the only way I could provide my fans with videos was by asking them to tip me live on cam. Then after that, I had to ask for their emails. Then I had to provide them with a link. And once they got that link, they could view the videos, but it wasn't automatic. And I felt like it was so much work, and I could not provide videos if I was not live on cam. And I felt like this passive income was really important to provide to the adult content creators, because being live on cam, usually for 10, 12 hours a day, is exhausting. So they needed to have access to better tools to make them even more successful.
It sounded like a lot of steps just to get there.
Oh, absolutely. It was really bad.
Describe your first time doing the video, because I remember back in the day when I left college, I was super broke, and my girlfriend's like, model lingerie with me, and like in bars, and you have to go and walk up to people, and you're wearing lingerie. And I was like, what, are you crazy? But I'm like, all right, fine. And I remember just being so scared, and that was in lingerie. What was it like doing your first video?
I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't scared that much because I was in control and I was the only one in the room. So I knew if I would fuck up or the video wasn't exactly how I wanted to be, I could edit it the way I want it to be or reshoot it. So it's not like I had an audience or I had to do something very scary. It was easy because it was comfortable for me. I was doing it within my own house.
Well, how many girls do you think are doing this? Do you have a number?
Oh, it's over 100,000 models, over 100,000 cam girls and cam boys. Absolutely.
How many are married with their husbands being okay with it?
Well, hopefully all of them, because that's how they make a living. They have to be empowered and have people around them that support them. It's really, really important because society does not care for sex workers, and it's so hard to walk in the shoes of a sex worker. So you have to surround yourself with empowering people.
I mean, to me, this would be the safer new way of being a sex worker. I mean,
Yeah,
you're in control. You're getting the money, right? You're not really splitting it with, I mean, there might be a server that you have to split it with, or no?
Well, some models, they have agents, but that's their decision. They can actually do this without having anyone. They can really be independent. And that's why we created ManyVids, because we absolutely wanted those models and that was me. I wasn't good with technology. I was lucky because my boyfriend was there to help me. But it's important for us that all those beautiful models out there that know nothing about technology, they're not going to get abused, or they're not going to have an agent take over and tell them what to do or take half of their money. So that's why ManyVids is really important.
I would sign up just to be like a foot fetish girl.
Oh, you have no idea how much money you could make.
I know, right?
It's so much fun. Yeah, there's a ton of models that they never show their bodies. We don't even see their faces, and they're very popular.
That's why I'm talking about on my radio show, because this is something that, to me, I empower. I think it's great. I don't see anything wrong with sex workers as long as they're safe. They provide a good service, and if anyone just wants to still make money and not have to show any other part of their body, I'm telling you, the amount of like letters I've gotten about just feet, I'm like, oh my God. It's crazy.
Oh, it's a real thing. It's a huge fetish. Yeah.
I'm talking to Bella French. We're about to promote the documentary #WeAreMany. It's on Vimeo.com. What is #WeAreMany?
Yeah, so basically we are many out there. There's many sex workers, and it's about time that society looks at us and not like treats us like less of a human being. We provide and bring back to this society, and there's a lot of single women out there that are able to provide for their families by being sex workers. And like you just mentioned, being a cam girl is the safest way you can do sex work, and it's very empowering. So yeah, we are many. We need the world to know that we are here.
What do you hope for your documentary? What do you hope that documentary shows in the industry?
I want people to know that the adult industry is a positive place. It can be very positive. Unfortunately, there's always those bad players that can make it very negative, and there's always people trying to abuse. But that's everywhere. That's not just in the adult industry. So basically, yes, the adult industry can be a beautiful place, and that's what We Are Many is all about.
And let me give you my pro side of it. Having a kid on the spectrum, being around like families who have older like men now that are on the spectrum, having this avenue for them to release, if you will, provides a great service, because a lot of these times these guys can't do eye contact, they can't make relationships, but they still have the same sexual urges as every other man out there. And to me, there needs to be a service that provides for people that can't get it normally.
Wow, that's so touching what you just said, and it's so true. Me just being a cam girl, in my personal experience, it was a lot of that. It was a lot of men that are usually very shy, and that they're not the typical guys that are going to go out there and just see a girl and say, hey, you know, start a conversation. And I mean, it doesn't matter what type of man you are. That's always terrifying for a man. So that's an easier way to get in touch with, you know, their fantasy girl and create this true intimate connection and relationship. And it really makes their lives more interesting, and not just their lives, also the life of the cam girl. I made some really strong connection, and I considered my fans really close friends.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you when you said intimate relationships. Do you form an actual bond with a lot of these people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You text with them every day, constantly. How was your day? And honestly, the sexual aspect of thing almost dies off, because it's all about the connection, and that's what's more important. And that's with any type of relationship. It's always how you connect with that person you're with. So it's the same thing. It's just as virtual. So you don't necessarily meet the person, but I've met one of my fans, and we went out to dinner, and that was before Sesta Fosta, where you were actually allowed to meet people. Now it's illegal. But yeah, and it was really, really interesting, and I created real intimate bond. And I'm 100% sure I'm not the only one. Cam girls have a lot of those really great relationships in their lives.
That's so good to know. I actually might share this with the autism community, because they literally have come to me and going like, well, I'm bringing my son to Vegas who's 27 and he's dying to go on a date. And it's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. But there does need to be an industry like you're talking about that does serve these boys. Now, your documentary touches on suicide within your community. Is it a huge problem?
It is a problem. It is devastating. It's so sad. It's so difficult to be an adult performer, because if you go out there, just a regular setting, you go to a party and people ask you, what is it that you do? If you just say, oh, I'm a sex worker, that's it. It's over. All the girls are going to gang up on you, or they're going to say like, oh my God, don't talk to this whore. Or they're going to think. Not
my friends.
Right. Thank God. No, but thank God there's a lot of really positive women out there just like you. But at the end of the day, those girls are going to be convinced that as soon as they're not in the room, like, let's say I'm a sex worker, I'm going to sleep with everyone. But that's such a weird thing to think about, because when you do make money by doing sex work, you don't ever give it for free. That's not something that you do. So they should feel safe. And yes, there's a lot of stigma. I mean, trying to go open a bank account and telling the teller, yes, I'm a sex worker, is impossible. Right. So you have to learn how to lie, and it's very, very heavy.
I bet, because then you feel like you're living a lie.
Right, so you're basically living a lie, and then there's the bullying and the online bullying. So that's pretty much what happened in a lot of the situations that, unfortunately, there's beautiful souls that, leave this world because of the fact that they were sex workers. And for me, it's devastating, and it's so sad, because they're actually providing this phenomenal service. Well, and hopefully they should be praised for it.
Yeah, hopefully your documentary will make that change.
I really hope so.
What is it? Let me give the documentary a plug again. # We Are Many. It's on Vimeo.com. What is the amount of money a cam girl can make?
All right, so those are real numbers, and I know a lot of people don't believe it, but on ManyVids.com, our models, we call them MV stars, and the top MV stars, they generate between $17,000 to $20,000 a month, and they make that just by selling videos. On ManyVids, we don't currently have live camming, but when you're a cam girl, you can make a lot more. So you can make up to $60,000 a month, basically by being your own boss, working at home, and doing what you want to do whenever you want to do. Obviously, it's still a lot of hard work, and you have to work probably 12 hours a day to reach that amount of money, but it is incredible.
And the things that you have to do in the video, what are they? Are you just like stripping? Are you masturbating? What do you have to do in the video?
So it depends. Each models, they depend what they want to do, and that's the message that we always want to push at ManyVids is do what you feel comfortable doing. Don't ever do something you don't want to do. But it goes from a simple striptease to going pretty hardcore, and doing like what people would consider aggressive sex. But they're the ones in control. So if they decide what they want to do, but feet fetish, latex, regular sex. It can be like a lot of the top models on ManyVids, they only do masturbation videos. So it's basically them with the dildos.
Got it. So sometimes we're not even seeing their faces. I'm telling
Right.
you, I might just come out with a new foot wildcat. I know some girls are thinking, hey, I think I could do this too. I mean, I don't even know where to go. What is the last thing you want to say before we have to leave, but your final touching message for people?
Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being such a trailblazer and showing to the world that insanely beautiful women like you can be intelligent and successful, and that's very, very important for all of us in the adult industry. So thank you, and thank you so much for inviting me to your show.
Of course.
For thinking outside of the box. Thank you, Jenny.
I mean, I completely understand your journey after being a playmate and being considered a sex worker and only a sex worker and didn't want to be hired. So I get it. And I'm glad that you're paving the way for so many more. Bella French, #WeAreMany on Vimeo.com. Come back anytime, girl. Good job.
You. Thank you so much.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!